his computer. So, good afternoon, everyone. Hello from the Hellenic Mediterranean University in Crete. This is I think that the 11th session that we are doing within the framework of Athena for Peace talks that are organized by the Virtual Exchange Program Impact. And the main aim that these virtual exchanges that we are doing is to provide the floor to academics that they have faced or they are facing right now difficulties regarding their mission. Either this is due to war or other physical catastrophes or political situations that they exist all over the planet, unfortunately. However, one of the missions of the university is to promote internally the well-being of the students, but also to promote peace and collaboration. And I think that this is the mission of internationalization, to make a better planet. And if you think this is internationalization, make a better planet. So what we would like to do is to communicate, to identify how international collaboration can help the communication and also the work and the life of students and colleagues in these regions, from outside or inside. So this is what we would like to do, to learn by you and then communicate with the help of United Nations, some solution or some activities, joint activities that we can participate in order to collaborate further and develop, this curriculum that activities is not only courses that they are going to promote and lower the barriers between the people to communicate and collaborate. So I'm very happy, and this is a part of the internationalization that I met Vera in Vigo in one of the international weeks. I think that this was one of the most fruitful results that I got, from this small international week, good colleagues. And today, Vera is an associate professor in the Faculty of Philosophy of the University of Eastern Sarajevo, Republic of, I cannot pronounce, Serbia, Srpska, I'm sorry. And her talk is going to be International Networking and Stability Support, Challenges and Perspective from this region. So the floor is yours, Vera, in order, to communicate and tell us how we can help and how we can collaborate towards peace education.
I hope so, that I will know to respond to all your Costas question, and I hope so. Greetings to all, and before I sharing my presentation, I say some few words about myself and some what will highlight today and what will be my main discussion point. I have working on Sarajevo University of University of East Sarajevo 21 years. I am previous work as a vice rector for education, and in one period I had of department of the Serbian studies in the Faculty of Philosophy. I participated in several intercultural conferences, projects, seminars, and summer school at University in Europe. To begin with, I will remind you that on October 12, 2022, the Council of European Commission recommended that Bosnia be granted candidate status. Regardless, domestic universities are positioned in the international scientific and research community and are taking new steps on the path of integration into European research space. My today's presentation will be about presenting the state of higher education in the Republic of Srpska and Bosnia and Herzegovina too, will focus on internationalization. I will give at the beginning some basic information about the state structure of the Bosnia and Herzegovina, i.e. about its complexity, as you know, which is also reflected in the field of higher education. In this regard, I will first present the legal framework and types of higher education institution at the level of the Bosnia and Herzegovina, and after that at the level of the Republic of Srpska. The process of internationalization today in the Bosnia and Herzegovina, in the Republic Srpska and other second entities, the named federation, was initiated by introduction of the Bologna process into the system of higher education in the Bosnia and Herzegovina. Domestic universities have also become part of the European Association of Higher Education Institutions. From 2003 to today, a big shift has been made according to several criteria. First, or maybe the most important, is when it's come to student. Why? Because internationalization has enabled improved learning experience, increased employability, and cultural competencies. For university, for us employed in the university, for teachers, for all other personnel or other staff, internationalization has enabled an improved reputation, expanded research opportunities, and make stronger global networks. Now I share my presentation. Okay, just a moment to find. Yes, I'm fine. Link. Okay. It is my today's topic on the title of Kostas has mentioned that already international networking and stability support challenges and perspectives in the Republic of Srpska. Okay, move on. And now I share with you some contemporary contexts, may be important or maybe you already know, but I want to share with you which is type of agreement political structure of the Bosnia and Herzegovina. Today's Bosnia and Herzegovina State Union consists of the three nations with a federation for two, Bosnia and Croatia, and the Republic for one, Serb people. Today's Bosnia and Herzegovina exists in one framework named Dayton Peace Agreement, or official named the General Framework Agreement for Peace in the Bosnia and Herzegovina, as you know, formally signed in Paris on 14 December 1995. And that Dayton Peace Agreement defined today's territorial organization and consisting of the Bosnia and Herzegovina. If you're thinking about the number of inhabitants in the Bosnia and Herzegovina, it is a relatively small country, or one of small relatively country, because according to the official census from 2030, Bosnia and Herzegovina has 3,531,159 inhabitants. Bosniak are 1,769. You can see, or 51%, Croats 50.4%, Serbs 30.8%, and others inhabitants 3.7%. The education of the Bosnia and Herzegovina in Bosnia and Herzegovina is applied some type of education similar to German or Spanish model. It's different from Anglo-Saxon. And you, as you know, maybe Bosnia and Herzegovina, in the Bosnia and Herzegovina, education has long tradition, and first education.
Very PowerPoint, the education system in Bosnia.
Presently, there are 8 public universities, and the ministry accredits all public universities. Public universities include this institution, 2 institutions located in the Republic of Srpska. One is University of Banja Luka, second is University of Sarajevo, and 6 universities located in Federation Bosnia and Herzegovina. There are University of Sarajevo, the University of Tuzla, the University of Mostar, Džemal Bijedić, University of Mostar, second university, University of Zenica, University of Bihać, all located in Federation. The majority of the faculties and other higher institutions are located within the University of Sarajevo, 25 faculties, followed by University of Banja Luka, 18 faculties, institution, and University of Sarajevo, 17 faculties and institutions. legislation, the framework for higher education in Bosnia and Herzegovina is regulated with first on the level of Bosnia and Herzegovina, and after followed by a law of higher education from Republic Srpska and Federation. The system of higher education closely reflects the constitutional complexity of the country. As already mentioned, the Constitution defines Bosnia and Herzegovina as the state union consisting of two entities, Federation and Republic of Srpska. There is one separated administrative unit. It is so-called Brčko district. It is separated unit under the sovereignty of Bosnia and Herzegovina, belongs to Federation and Republic Srpska too. The federation consists of 10 cantons. Therefore, on this basis, competence in the educational system is legally defined. In accordance with such a structure of Bosnia and competencies in the field of education, each canton, both entities, and Brčko district have laws on higher education and bylaws. Although the content of laws of higher education is very similar, but they differ in certain details in different administrative units, as well as in the number of the type of bylaws and supporting documentation for the regulation of higher education. But on the level of the Bosnia and Herzegovina, if we're talking about state level, I must highlight that framework law of higher education is in force, but Republic of Srpska has its own law regulation. Now I something tell about legal framework, history, which agency we have in the Republic Srpska on the level Bosnia and Herzegovina. The mentioned framework law established the organization of higher education in the Bosnia from 2007, past 14 years, yes. And this law enforcement agency international obligation of this country. And it first is the Agency of the Development of Higher Education Quality Assurance and the Center for Information and Recognition of Documents. Agency has been established by framework law and higher education in the Bosnia as independent public organization since December 2009. In February 2010, agency was granted the status of associate member of the European Quality Assurance Association. Bosnia and Herzegovina, now I will share with you some information about how was type of financing public universities in Republic Srpska and Federation. Are mostly financed of the government level through the competence ministries, which means that Bosnia and Herzegovina has 13 separate budgets for education in two entities. Funds for higher education activities in public higher education institutions are provided from the following sources. The first source is budget of responsible education authorities. After that, own revenues, budget of local self-governments, or donation and other sources as a project, EU funding, etc. In addition, the competition ministries of education propose tuition fees for all study programs at the public higher education institution in accordance with the enrollment policy for each academic year. This issue is included in the adopted document Priorities for Development of Higher Education in Bosnia and Herzegovina from 2060 to 2026 is current that document about priorities of the development of higher education. What is, if you're thinking about promotion of necessary European dimension about higher education, what's happened with that, or what it implies? It implies first Bologna process. Bologna process is an obvious example of the Europeanization of higher education, which can be seen as new internationalization. It launched the largest reform education strategies in Bosnia and throughout the region in the last decade. The Bosnia and Herzegovina signed the Bologna Declaration in 2003 at the Ministerial Conference in Berlin. public universities are accessed to Bologna in the same year. However, public universities began to work on the reform and introduction of quality assurance policies and practices before that. Public universities in Bosnia included in the institutional in the same year or 1 year after that, official institutional assessment of the European University Association during 2003 or 2004 year. If you're talking about actually or current priorities in today's Bosnia Herzegovina, it means of higher education and Republic Srpska as a federation. We're talking about and we are working, yes, in field about 7 key areas, or there are 7 priorities field. First field priorities is good governance and management. After that is resources, the integration of labor market and higher education. We will talking later about that, about some details. Qualification standard, student experience, internationalization is the separate K area, and statistic is final. Now I will focus on the internationalization. But because in Bosnia and Herzegovina, internationalization depends on the financial stability of the institution. And in my presentation today showed I will talk about financing model because in this moment our universities need to more autonomy. I'm thinking about financial autonomy because
Vera,
yes.
Can you please speak a little bit louder, or
Louder? Okay, I try to louder.
Yeah. I mean, thank you.
The clearest. Okay. Private higher education institutions have full finance autonomy, but public universities not. The director of the university on the public university is responsible for the use of financial resources and in accordance with the financial plan and regulation governing the field of higher education financial operation. About reform, universities on the Republic of Srpska thinking about how manage the problem about financing. One way to manage that is a strategy for development of education adopted to 2020 of Republic Srpska, and this strategy recognized the problem of insufficient financing of public higher education institutions. This document established a more efficient system of financing higher education through effective mechanism of using budget funds, more efficient use of information system, make power project and research activities higher education, and results institution and education institution, increasing investment of higher education or proper control of investment efficiency. It also developed a tailored software enabling university to calculate cost of operation and to identify deficit or surplus study program, examine how cross-subsidization works or needs to work between the public and university income sources. Okay. The higher education, I forget mention that in the Republic of Srpska organized in 3 cycles: the binary system of academic and professional studies, the European credit transfer system, the integration of higher education. The organization of higher education in the Republic of Srpska is based on the provisions of the law of higher education of Republic of Srpska. And we have in Republic Srpska 21 higher education institutions, 9 universities, of which 2 are public and 7 are private. Maybe it's interesting that of the total number of the license program, the largest share, 37 point, have study programs in the field of social science, business administration, and law. the least licensed academic programs are from fields of natural science and mathematics and agriculture, forestry, and veterinary and medicine. In the Republic of Srpska, there is an agency of accreditation, and where it is institution was established in 2011. According to the statistical office in the Republic of Srpska, the percentage of higher education population in the Republic is now maybe about 22%. The number of graduate students in the Republic is steadily increasing. On the other hand, we cannot ignore the fact that the number of unemployed, highly educated people has increased in the recent years, which points to need to more closely link between higher education and the labor market. In the Republic of Srpska, about internationalization of higher education, the system created some indicators. Considering that, a great deal of attention is paid to internationalization and the ways of implementing systematic activities according to indicators. There are three types of indicators. Indicators refers to science, indicators refers to teaching, and indicators refers to services. About science, indicators are projects, publication, conferences. About indicators of teaching, there are the completed exchange, accomplished exchange, realized exchange of ongoing staff, accomplished exchange of incoming personnel, recognition of periods of study spent abroad, and internationalization at home. About internationalization of service, it's very important. They take care about distribution of relevant information related to internationalization. The instrument, how we, in the Republic of Srpska, there is the instrument for planning and researching. The main instrument is the strategy of scientific and technological development for the Republic of Srpska. Internationalization, as well as integration and innovation community of the Republic of Srpska into regional, Western Balkan region and European research area. Formation of strategic partnership with reputable foreign institutions, primarily from region and then from Europe, on the basis common interests. I share now. I highlight some information about present public institution Republic of Srpska, which participated in the EU project. According to the register, it is official register institution in the Republic. There are in total 162 institutions in the sector belonging to four types: public institutes, private institutes, public universities, and private universities. A large number of realized international education projects at campus, Horizon Europe or COST project, and participating in the EU project is 14.2% out of all organizations in the Republic of Srpska. And because the public university in this percent involved the most activities, and the most important universities in Republic of Srpska are two universities mentioned: University of Sarajevo and University of Banja Luka. My university, or University of Sarajevo, is as a partner coordinator involved in major projects and programs such as IPA or IPA, ERASMUS+, including former campus program. And this university is a member of European University Association, the Danube Rectors Conference of Adria Rectors, and Rectors Conferences in Bosnia and Herzegovina too. And about bilateral agreement, this university has more than 58 signed general cooperation agreement with and 122 special agreements. Second one, our university in Banja Luka is older because it's been established 1975. It's also public, and in this university, on Banja Luka in the plan is the formation of the Internationalization Council. This university also supports research and innovation initiative in the Republic of Srpska with Innovation Center Banja Luka. There are no other supporting institutions like Incubator, Science of Technology Park yet. And about mobility, because the second process of internationalization is participation of mobility programs. University of Republic of Srpska involved of several programs. The first is ERASMUS Plus, and after that is a program called named Central European Exchange Program for University Studies. These activities are carried out in cooperation with Ministry of Scientific and Technological Development, Higher Education and Information Society of the Republic of Srpska, and the Ministry of Civil Affairs in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Students in the Republic of Srpska can do professional practice abroad through the International Association for the Exchange of Students for Technical Experience. Internationalization program about foreign students is very interesting because in the Republic of Srpska we conducted the study program on English language, and this year the majority that means that we began to apply the process of internationalization in a traditional way. The first generation students enrolled in computer science and engineering study program in the English at the Faculty of Electric Engineering, University of Sarajevo. One study program in English in the second cycle conducted at Faculty of Economics, University Banja Luka. At the University of Sarajevo this year, the first generation of students enrolled in the cycle study program at the Music Academy in Russia. Internationalization about foreign students is leader medicine faculty on FOCHA. Medicine faculty of the University of Sarajevo is the first higher education institution in the Republic of Srpska to introduce study in English. This year, the faculty medicine enrolled the fifth generation of students of the medical study program, which so far has over 500 foreign students from over 30 countries around the world, from India, Bangladesh, Malaysia, Japan, Italy, Greece, Ukraine, Russia, United Kingdom, Turkey, etc. Considering that, the Faculty of Medicine has become a real center for attracting foreign students, which has, I'm sure, significantly contributed to multiculturalism and economic progress of this region and sport. And I'm beginning with my concluding remarks. First, I will mention advantages. In Republic of Srpska, one the first advantages is the well-structured and functional education system. It means centralized in decision-making. Relatively easy to manage because planning, implementation, control, and mutual aligned levels and efficient transit through the system. Solidly built and renewed physical educational infrastructure to facilities. Elaborated procedure for establishing higher education institution and relies concept of integrated university. All public universities are integrated. Yeah, it's very better solution than before that. The academic staff is inclined, it's very important, to personal and professional development. The progress made in implementing the Bologna process in the higher education with a harmonized scoring system and acceptance of diplomas from the other countries is very advantages about financial allocation for international cooperation activities, the level of the University of Ministry of Science and Technology of the Republic of Srpska, as well as full program of European and other available funds. There is financial support for the publication, accreditation of large number of existing study programs in the Serbian language and the English, and participation. Our universities, our faculties has the role as organizer of international scientific conference with respectable foreign higher education and scientific institution, inviting lecturers to seminars, etc. But what has happened with these advantages? About these advantages, I highlight the links between education and the labor market is not good because the Republic of Srpska is we need that will be wider region in the EU is still weak. The link is still weak. Slow introduction of the new and changing existing education profile in secondary school and higher education too. Introducing a higher education financing system based on success in achieving goals, as well as increasing the need for financial autonomy of higher education institutions. Recognizable studies of second and third cycles for now is not the situation good at the regional and international level, and organization of student exchange as a mandatory part of curricular program. I hope so that will be moving forward in this field about changing curricular program and involved the mandatory model because our international competencies in our students will be stronger. These advantages, I share with you that more active participant in student university staff and the need to change the focus of internationalization because mobility must be always two-way. And to create legal and other conditions for the development to join the degree programs. It means, or it implies internationalization or internationalizing the curriculum. And to establishing new membership in the prestigious international universities, more simplify the procedures for easier accessibility and recognition of credit mobility of students and increase the number of the summer program school for international courses, etc. And what it can be or will be in the future about looking ahead, it means that can be important, will be important innovation, international education about internationalization of curriculum, increasing global collaboration, changing the curriculum for the second and third cycle. Education, ensure that all actors in higher education understand the development of the Bologna process and implement it correctly, especially in terms of pedagogy, quality, and accreditations. Personal and financial make power stronger capacities on the service for international cooperation and create conditions for accommodation and other infrastructure capacity. And to summarize, I think there are many challenges ahead in Bosnia and Herzegovina and the Republic of Srpska too. The most important are those related to increasing global cooperation and establish strategic partnership in the international network of higher education institutions. In addition, the results of the work of local universities should be made more internationally visible and recognizable. All these goals must be preceded by an increase in financial support of responsible government institutions, not only in the Republic of Srpska, but also in the Bosnia and Herzegovina as a whole, as well as the great effort and dedicated work all of employees in domestic higher education. Thank you for your attention. Kostas? I call Kostas.
Thank you very much, Sylvia. To be honest, it was a little bit hard for me to listen in a full volume your presentation. If you can stop
I tried to fix the problem with my microphone, but all day there is some problem. Maybe change the model.
Yeah, now it was like now it was better. But anyhow, I followed your presentation. If you can stop sharing your screen. Can you stop sharing your screen?
Yes, I manage it.
So let me go to the question. The first question that comes from our colleague Samia Zaid from Western Galilee College in Israel. The question is the question is the following. You have not stopped sharing your screen.
Yes, I looking for where is the gumb for stop sharing. Because I have not much experience about Zoom sharing, I have about Moodle. Where is the Pomoz mi da ugasim dijeljenje ekrana. Share.
Okay, I will move on with the question.
Yes, I listen you, Kostas. Yes, I can follow you.
Can you please describe your university graduate profile in terms of values, competencies, and labor skills?
Please. Now it's okay?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
A question from our colleague Samia Zaid, she's a professor in Western Galilee College in Israel, is the following. Can you please describe your university graduate profile in terms of values, competencies, and labor skills? So how well prepared are your students in order to be more employable after their graduation? If you have made any surveys, this is what I can understand from this question.
Okay. Thank you for question. Thank you, all of you. I'm sorry because maybe it's not clear. Can you hear me? Question is very complex, but okay, I try to give some useful response. In our study program, in our curriculum, in focus is in practice. We prepare them following by the lessons in obligatory lessons in the practice. It means if it profile the teacher of language and literature, obligatory parts of the study program is the practice of the school. If you're talking about economics field, students which study economics field, the sub-law documents involved about obligatory practice on the bank. About skills, about what is our profiles, there are some general level is proposed or obligatory in the framework law of the Bosnia and Herzegovina, and incorporating these competencies incorporated in the law of higher education of the Republic of Srpska. It was involved or included European standards about profiles, because my university is the first accredited university in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and we was observed international and other domestic visitors about established quality of our study programs and etc.
I hope that Samia could hear you about your answer. I don't know, Samia, please, write me in the chat and be able to. I think that you are moving a microphone somehow, and you don't have a good your mic does not do a connection to the computer. My impression.
Okay, I try to change the mode.
Now it's much better. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So I have a question. I mean, you mentioned some. I would like to ask you, what are the main difficulties that you face for more internationalization within your institution? For example, for more mobility, students to go outside of the country or students to visit your university, and also about to promote internationalization, and what kind of collaborations are you looking for staff mobility?
The main problem about staff mobility is language barriers. There are language barriers, yes, because it's a very small number of courses of language, for example, English, other foreign language, our universities, our faculties. And maybe the main reason is the language barrier. But in the all our members of the faculty of the university have annually promoting meeting about EU project, about Erasmus mobilities for professors, for teachers, for students, and for staff too.
So the main barrier is the language barriers from which side? From the academics or from the students' point of view?
From both sides, and academic and students.
So I have a proposal for you. I mean, since we are here in order, to meet, these difficulties that you face, do you want, I mean, we organize some collaborative, open international learning activities. So, I mean, I can send you the links for your students to participate. They're going to speak with other students. The topics are the soft skills, and another coil is the research skills. So probably your students and your staff would like to participate in order to at least listen and practice their English, and cultivate the activities, and what do we where do we focus in these courses. I mean, this will be one activity. Do you think that, for example, this kind of difficulties and collaboration network that you have is due to any political situation, or to to the political situation in Bosnia? I mean, our collaboration is going to help you to have more opportunities?
About mobile, if you're talking about international cooperation, it means abroad. The Ministry of Civil Affairs, yes, is first step to organize the Erasmus Plus program, and universities. And in this in Bosnia and Herzegovina today have no problem about outcoming, incoming students mobilities, teachers mobilities. It means that political issue have not influence in mobility programs and increasing international networking.
So the more is like, so it's a language barrier. So we can collaborate, for example, to organize a little bit more or share good policies, or mistakes that we have done, in order to promote in your area, for example, internationalization at home, for example.
Yes, it's one of the indicators, internationalization at home. Yes, to make more popular the some advantages or benefits of mobility programs, international project, and cooperating in this type of the networking.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes, please, Nava. Yes.
Do you in your
introduce? Please introduce to Vera, because we are a small group now.
I have problem with the microphone. Okay.
To introduce myself?
Yeah, to Vera. To Vera.
Okay, sorry. So Vera, I am Nava Shaked from Israel, from HIT. I'm the head of the multidisciplinary studies in our university, which is a little bit unique faculty, which unites, give a chance to students from different faculties, from engineering, from design, from instructional technologies, from computer science, to work together on projects. And we have courses both in Hebrew and in English. In addition, we have developed some methodologies, and under my responsibility is also the ESL department for English as a second language. And I wanted to ask you if it's for us, for example, it's mandatory that every student will take English classes as a proficient. Do you have some kind of program like that? And is it mandatory? And what are you doing in order to promote it? Because by us, you cannot finish the degree unless you have a certain level of English.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm asking you. I'm actually asking you.
Okay.
Can I add to what Nava said? By the way, Nava, since I also from Israel and I teach in one of the colleges, our Israeli programs in English align with the European one, with the CFR, Conceptual Framework of Reference. So we
Exactly.
might be offering the
For
same
skills.
courses. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. I understand very well. It's normal. Yes. We have in our study programs in the faculties obligatory in some study programs obligatory foreign language. Example, I'm finished the study program and Serbian language and literature. Our obligatory or mandatory foreign language was Russian. Okay. Additionally or optionally was English. In study program on English language and literature in my faculty, mandatory language is normal is English and optional is French. It's French, but I think students learn for graduates, not for knowledge. Maybe problem is that the graduates it's very important, but knowledge more and less. And because that, but today in the era of technological, we have much more opportunities for learning English if we want. Maybe the problem is deeper. We are not prepared to going abroad. You need to thinking about okay, I like to visit some new country, meet some new friends, and share my personality, my character, my knowledge. Maybe both.
I think maybe if the students see value, when we started to work with Kostas, some of the students didn't understand what will be in it for me. You know, they saying
yes,
will be in it for me.
I agree with you. Yes.
But after one course, we started to have also. It depends how you position it, like a little bit marketing.
Yes,
how you present it when you don't take everyone, when you do interviews, you do things that promote the finesse of this project. And this is how now, after two years, this is the third year, actually we have people asking, when are you going to have the next course? Or how can I be chosen? Oh, I'm so disappointed that I wasn't chosen for the project. So we actually did marketing internally in order with the deans of the different faculties. We wrote a letter to the deans. We presented it in meetings of the board meetings of the so it's a decision. It's a decision that you have to take, and it takes between 2 and 3 years to do that. It's not something you can do like that.
I know, change for on
it's
the moment.
Strategy.
Yes.
It needs to be in the strategy. So Kostas, excuse me for saying, I don't think it's just the participation of the students in the courses. Of course, this is part of it, but it's also a message that comes from the department and from the management itself, saying we are going for this strategy. For us, internationalism is a strategy. And for that, I'm not even talking about funding. I'm not talking about money, because without money, you can do a lot of things. A lot of things. Promotion you can do without money.
Yes.
And strategic decisions you can do without money. Just to say, afterwards, like positioning, flyers, things that are really, really simple, but they create the interest, the teaser, the discussion. Yes, but this needs to be a strategy of internationalism. And without that, I don't think the courses will help alone.
Yes, I agree with you, Professor Nava. I think that marketing is key action. It's key action.
It's marketing, not a simple marketing. You understand?
Yes, it's science. Yes, marketing in population, promoting, and need to be continued efforts.
Absolutely. But once you start and you have the first one, the second one will be easier, and the third one will be. So we have already, as Costa said, we have the infrastructure for you. But in order to go aboard it and in order to use it well, you need also the strategic decisions that come in parallel.
Yes, and maybe the problem is my country is not enough, or my region is not enough promoting about benefits of multiculturalism. Yes, and we have foreign students. I mentioned in the medicine faculty of Foča. fifth generation, more than 500,
Wow.
more than 500 students from Asia, Europe, Africa, and etc. But maybe incoming this problem can be better. Incoming
Thank you.
program.
There is a
Okay.
question. Please, Nava, if you please complete.
No, I'm done.
Thank you.
I would like to give the floor to our colleague from Madrid, Professor Maria Villota.
Hi, very nice to share with you this this talk. Is very interesting for me. I'm the responsible of the international admissions and the hospitality service at the University of São Paulo here in Madrid. And I would like to share with you that we, since from the hospitality service, share with the students some of the ideas that you have shared this afternoon with us. I mean, for example, all the sharing of the multicultural experiences with them, besides the religion, besides the origin of the students, and we are trying to get them together. This is an effort of the university, but also we have to motivate the students, as Nava was saying, okay? And it is very interesting for us because we here handle more than 60 nationalities, okay, around the world. And it is very interesting to know, for example, Vera, that you were speaking about to create conditions for accommodation. For us, it is very important here in Madrid because the demand for the accommodation is so huge here. We don't have enough offer for our students, okay? So we need to also work on that, okay? But besides that, since the hospitality service, we offer so many services for the students. For example, we work with an application that the students can get in and access, and they access to a forum and discuss each other from many subjects that they are interested on. For example, they try to get in touch with the students of the same nationality before they begin the classes, for example, or they try to get someone to share spaces to get the accommodation because, as I said, we don't have enough here in Madrid. So it is very interesting that I share this with you because eventually it could be useful, okay, also to share with the students because they have so many things to share, okay. We try to enhance everything regarding to internationalization, not only relating to income and outcoming, but currency students, okay. And I work with that level with currency students, and it is very nice to get in touch not only with them but with the families, okay, and to explain what all the main goal that we have here in the university, trying to organize so many activities for them to get a real international environment, okay, and to try to get a peaceful environment, as I was telling to Costas at the very beginning of this talk. And that's we are trying to work to create bridges between students, between nationalities, between religions. We don't mind about if the student has another religion different of the Catholicism, which is ours, okay? It doesn't matter, okay? What matters really is the human being. That is what is matter for us.
Yes, it's only important. Yes.
Yep.
Thank you, Professor Maria. I suggest my colleague in medicine faculty in Foggia and that to start the forum. Yes, it's a good platform. We had that application in time of Corona,
okay.
yes, but now, and we have the Moodle platform for online teaching in this moment, or some online classes, online talking between professor and students. And I suggest the start of the forum, especially between example students from Bangladesh coming into Bosnia, have some problems with whom can speak, explain the problem. We have in the faculty of psychologists. Yes, we have in the faculty some agency for taking care about international students. We have in the formal. Yes, we have one office, but it is not enough. We need to, in one example, on 1 week, on 1 month, to organize the meeting between one competence faculty, example, professor or some of the staff, and with representing of the whole or representing of the international group of students. There are many, maybe can be lots of problems or no one. Yes, neither.
Yep.
About food, about accommodation, about taxi. I don't know, but everything can be helped to be alive, new life. Easiest. It's important to her to know.
Something as easy of transportation, about transportation.
Yes.
Okay. They can share experiences. Okay. And we use in the main and in the best way the support of our oldest students to get in touch and to express their testimony and their experience to the new ones. Okay. And that is a very, very nice experience because they get together in a natural way. Without us as a bridge, so it is very nice for them.
Yes, it will be very nice, and thank you for your suggestion. And I share with my professor, with my colleagues and medicine faculty. Oh, sure. Thank you.
No, you're welcome.
So before I finish, I have 2 proposals. One of them is like probably we can organize a debate among students on how to face this cultural shock, because this is like what is happening. Probably, virtual exchanges can help on this. So in the students, they can tell us, how did they face or what they were expecting in order, to be more ready before they are going to feel this cultural shock.
Yes.
So probably this is something that we can organize and initiate through the impact to have, a discussion and debate among the students, to tell us their experiences and, how did they face and what do they expect the universities to organize from the students to students or from the organizations to the students in order the next ones to feel it, less. And also the last thing here is something that my colleague Samia Zed has shared with me. Yes, I know a lot of activities of impact we prepare, but this activity probably is going to be shared with you, Vera. Like we organize some online courses on how to use for international communication the English language. So we are going to share it with you and your community.
Thank you.
And you can be part of this. So of course, with Maria, Juliana, and everyone. But since you are the speaker and you have these difficulties, I think the network can help you on this way. And more than this, we're going to start to initiate in 2 weeks' time a Zoom meeting about the new Erasmus calls, what are the opportunities for funding, and we're going to have a brainstorming on which topics we can collaborate. So this is something else that we're going to initiate, through our network.
Yeah, Kostas, can I add something?
Yes,
I'm sorry I cannot turn on my camera for some reasons here, but I can add to the idea of offering sessions to your students and any other students from European and Israeli our partners can take part in. Is that the idea is that international students can face triple challenges, 3 challenges. The first one is dealing with the content that is not familiar, because it's more global, it's more international. The second challenge is intercultural or multicultural challenges. And the third one is the lingual challenges. So what we're planning is that combining the 3 challenges, triple challenges, this is how I would call them, in one initiative that we want to propose to tackle these challenges. And we're going to offer this within the impact project that Kostas is leading, and Nava is part of it too. So we'll be working on it together. Thank you.
Okay. So now you remind me that when the first day that I was abroad, I was missing my mom. Probably this was intercultural, I missed nothing else. And the sports helped me, to integrate very fast. Anyhow, I mean, this is very important for internationalization. How you deal with the cultural shock in general, from staff point of view. I will give you an example. Yesterday, I talked with Nava. Even the information that she has provided to me about the life in the US helped me a lot. I mean, to prepare myself, what do I expect? Or because if I will face it in that moment, probably I was going to be shocked. Now I'm more prepared on what is happening. So I think that this preparation phase is very important, all the universities to organize for the outgoing, but also for the incoming students. So I will prepare something before Christmas.
I want to say something
Great.
also. Can I say something?
Yes, please.
Vera,
Yes.
I will give you another example. For the past 2-3 years, we have a cooperation with the Azerbaijan. And we have 30 students who are studying BSc in computer science, and they are studying some in Azerbaijan and some in Israel online, and also some of them came. You know how difficult it was? It was crazy. You know how difficult it was also for those online that don't communicate at all, that they are there, but they don't
Yes.
communicate.
Without
For
hands.
the people who came, and I'm not talking about now that the situation is not so fun, but they were in complete culture shock, although we put them in the dormitories, and we have a lot of people that speaks, the language, and they can help him, but it was a shock. And I also want to tell you that we had a special program for them for English. And the head of my English and the head of my English department, and she's Ukrainian, so she was also a little bit, she knows the mentality. We prepared a Moodle environment. Everything was prepared for them, and we encouraged them to just pass the exams, and we prepared them, but it required a completely different approach and a cultural understanding and sensitivity. And this is where they want to come. They already agreed to participate. They already enrolled in the program. So
you change the environment. Yes. You looks the environment, the new environment closer. That is important. Okay, thank you for suggest. I'm in my faculty. One of study program is English, and my colleagues is head of department. I talked with her about that ideas, and we change.
I can put you in touch with Olga, who is the head of the English. Olga Gupel, Dr. Olga Gupel. She's the head of the English department, and I can put you in touch with her, and she can tell you a little bit how she did it.
Okay, thank you so much in advance. Thank you in advance.
So I think that we need to close the session now. Thank you very much. It was different, the approach than the rest of the peace education talks, but very useful, I would say, because I mean, this cultural shock addressing is something that can provide us more activities. Internationalization at home probably could be an activity among others with universities like from the Republic of
Srpska.
I mean, we can do a lot of things as a network. And, I mean, we are going to renew our meeting for next Thursday. Next Thursday, we are going to welcome a professor from Bosnia and Herzegovina, from the University of Sarajevo, Associate Professor Larissa Kazumasic-Kafedzic. She's going to speak about education for peace experiences from Bosnia and Herzegovina. So again, this is the
again Bosnia,
but from the other side.
Okay.
All right. So thank you very much. Stay safe. Thank you, Vera. It was nice meeting you again, and we hope that we are going to meet you, all of you, in Crete next summer.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kostas. Thank you to everybody. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.